Box, and we are talking Bella Box this week. And as you can see, my shirt says, I am so happy. Absolutely. I am happy to be here because I had so much fun this weekend with a special project that I'm going to share with you today. Now, if you have gotten the Bella Box, you know how packed, any of our Bella Boxes, you know how packed full of goodness there is in these boxes. And the projects in them, the designs in them are exclusive to the Bella Box. And as you may also know, this last Bella Box that we just released, it was called Handmade Holiday, and it is sold out. I'm so sorry to say it sold out so much faster than we expected, which is always, that's good news, right? That means a lot of you are having a whole lot of fun with it. But there may be people that either didn't get in on that Bella Box or are brand new to Bella Boxes and maybe have just learned about them, and you may be interested in one of our other Bella Boxes that is still available. And that one is called Live Creatively. So what I wanted to share with you this week through our lunch hour sew-alongs are some ideas to think outside the box, so to speak, to make these things giftable for Christmas, okay? So this Live Creatively box, let's go ahead and take a look at it on the website. Andrew's going to pull that up right now so that you can find out how you can purchase one today. And it will go out tomorrow, I believe, or it might even go out later today. These are ready. They're packed. They're ready to ship out the door. So if you did not get in on the Live Creatively box, it is not too late. So let's take a look. Andrew's going to products, and then he's going over to a little screen that shows the orange box that everybody loves called the Bella Box. Click on that. And now you're going to see a list of all the previous boxes that have been available in the past, as well as some additional add-ons there. Today, I'm going to show you what I did with the Dream Plan Do Creative Portfolio. So, Andrew, go ahead and click on that. This is something that is an add-on. So if you're interested in what I'm going to be showing you today and how I turned it into something different that's very giftable, especially this time of year, check this out. This is the Dream Plan Do Creative Folio, and I'm going to show you how I changed it up this weekend to make something special for a special little girl in my life. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's go back, Andrew, to the box itself, though, so that if you did not get one of these, or if you just want a second one, why not? Then try out, click on this link. It's the third picture over, and it's called Bella Box Live Creatively. And there you're going to see, let's go ahead and scroll through those pictures. There you're going to see all the projects, all the designs, all the embellishment kits, everything, the fabric, you name it, all the projects that you're going to be able to make with this box. And so as you can tell there are so many different fun designs, projects to do for a very creative life, right? So this is one of my favorites, Make Life Beautiful. That was on a pillow blank that in the box, and you learned how to do collage applique on that one. So that's a favorite. Then you've got the 6 bonus designs that are also still available. As soon as you order this box, you automatically receive those designs in your email or even in your download library at kimberbell.com. You also in this box receive, let's go over to the tape dispenser. Shall we? Look at the tape dispenser that's part of that. I know this is something that a lot of people have wanted, and the orange one is sold out, but the blue one is still available. And isn't that gorgeous right there? It is still available, and you can only get that one in the Bella Box. All right, so let's go ahead, go back to the first camera as I show you how I made this box now very giftable. Now, before I go into that though, I will say that if you're looking for just a fun experience to give to someone who machine embroiders or maybe is brand new to machine embroidery, just gifting them the box itself, having this beautiful orange box underneath the Christmas tree would be such a joy for someone to open, because when you open it, it is packed full of all kinds of items. Okay, so let's go ahead and take another look at this camera here. I'm just going to pull out some of my favorites from here, but look at that little Kimberbell embellishment box there. It is full of, ribbons and pins and beads and buttons and tape, you name it, all sorts of goodness in that little box. It's got some fun stickers that our designer Jasmine put together that are exclusive to this box, and they just scream Kimberbell. There's 2 sheets of those. Then you've got some ombre tea towels that are in orange and aqua that I'm going to show you how to make some fun stuff with later this week. And then, of course, oh my goodness, the tape dispenser. Don't you love that? The little ticking stripes there, and then the Kimberbell logo. And I noticed someone on the Bella's group this morning mentioned that she just noticed that this tape dispenser actually matches the Mister bottle that was also in your box. And so, of course, by design, that all matches, so it coordinates with your sewing room. It's got this pillow blank here, and then you actually design, or you actually stitch the Make Life Beautiful on there with a new technique called collage applique. It is just full of all kinds of things. Okay, you've got the USB that has everything on it, all sorts of good stuff going on with that box. But if you already have one, you may be thinking, ooh, what else could I do with that box? Or if you don't have one, go ahead and pick it up today, because it will ship out immediately. This is the portfolio that actually is part of the design group that came in this box. But wait, I'm going to show you how I changed it up here to make it a very giftable item. All right. Alice said that the spring box was so great that she bought 2 great gifts and total products in box that exceed the price. Thank you, Alice. I'm glad that you loved it. All right. So this is the current Dream Plan Do, which this alone is gorgeous, I think. You use all kinds of fun products like our leather and our mylar behind there. You learned how to do the background quilting on this with a clear blue tile that actually also came in the box as a sample. So that's fun, including the exclusive quilting that came with it. And then when you opened it up, you also received, of course, a place for your USBs, and a USB came in that box. Some colored pins came in there. This is a pocket that you can store other fun stuff in. Then on the other side, you stitched creativity is a way of life. Again, that design was exclusive to the box. And then there's a pocket for another fabric notebook, which I actually pulled out to show you in the new one that I'm going to show you today. And then there is this whiteboard that is a hard surface that you can either Velcro in or glue in there. And then you had this zippered pocket that also is included. And so what's really cool about this blank is that it allows you to be ultra creative. So let's go ahead and go to the front. Ultra creative, my friends. Think about this. This is a really cool blank that Jamie, she's an amazing creative director here at Kimberbell, and she took this from A to Z and said, let's make this something pretty special that machine embroiderers are going to be able to personalize for just about anything. So today I'm going to show you how I personalized it for a sweet little girl that I just absolutely love, and thought this would be so cute for her. She loves to be creative, And so I changed it up this weekend to be Blake's Road Trip. I want you to think about all the special little kids in your life that you think something like this would be the perfect little portfolio for. So I'm thinking, okay, if Blake, cute little Blake, is on a road trip with mom and dad, they're on their way somewhere. Hey, it could even be to the grocery store, right? She has a little portfolio now that is personalized for her, that she can take in the car. So let me show you what I did with this. And then as I'm talking about it, I want you to think about who you could make this for, who you can, think about, what are their likes? Do they love soccer? Okay, I'm going to put, a big soccer ball design on there. Do they like art? Okay, I'm going to put, maybe a crayon design on it. Or do they like, just a fun little road trip, little portfolio? What could you do with that? So here's what's cool is I just went through the Kimberbell designs themselves and said, okay, I think there are some applique designs from Vintage Boardwalk that would be so perfect for this little notebook. And that's what I did. So you could pull, think about all the Kimberbell quilts you have, right? Or if you don't have that one, it's available at your favorite quilt shop, I'm sure of, okay? And think, oh, that block, that design would look perfect on a portfolio for my child, okay? Or for my loved one or whoever. I'm also thinking there's so many cute Christmas designs in the Kimberbell's Jingle All the Way, or We Wish You a Merry Christmas, that I could see myself putting together a Christmas portfolio that would help me remember who I need to buy gifts for, what I bought, maybe everyone's favorite, themes. I would write that down in a portfolio like this. Maybe their sizes of clothing. I would write that down in there. So there's lots of ideas with a Christmas. Maybe you're planning a Christmas party and you're trying to come up with, what the menu is going to be. Whatever it is, having it all kept in a portfolio like this is going to be really helpful. But this one is for Blake's road trip. So let me show you what's inside. Okay, so I'm going to undo this. Again, this all comes as it's a flat blank canvas. Okay. And you're going to notice there's some things from Vintage Boardwalk in here. And I'm going to show you how I added a little extra something. Okay. So Andy says that she's trimming a block from Vintage Boardwalk now and thinking, oh, she could use this. These are little pockets. I'm going to show you how I used that for a road trip. Okay. And then we've got the Make It Happen notebook. This is actually the one that comes inside the original Live Creatively Bella box. So that is fun for her to draw pictures in, right? And then it folds down and it has a zipper pocket. I'm going to show you what I did with that here in just a minute. But isn't that so sweet? And then on the back of it, I put this design, It's Cool to Be Kind, and this is one that actually is a free download at kimberbell.com. So if you go to our website, scroll down to the very bottom of the homepage, you're going to see a link to free downloads. If you want to get this design that I used with our glitter, of course, right? Then that is a free design that you can get today. Okay. So let's talk about how I made this even more special, shall we? I had to wear my So Happy shirt today because honestly, making this weekend did make me so happy. And I can imagine that you are feeling the same way. When you are making gifts for others, you just squeal, right? As you're making these little things. And when I first started this, I'm like, okay, I'll put Blake's road trip on there and I'll put a little VW van there. But then the creativity got me. I was just like, oh, well, then I got to do this. And now I got to do this. And that's what happens when we start living creatively, right? So Here we have, I'll start over here. This was a flat, this folds out flat so that you can actually embroider onto that pocket, right? And I'm going to show you how I actually did that here in just a minute. But then after it's all said and done, you've embroidered all your pieces and such, that's when you would sew it up right here. And now you've got a flap. And I'm going to go ahead and put in these cute stickers right there. Okay, so I'm going to stick those in there because, whoop, I think Blake is going to have so much fun with these stickers. All right. So just think about how this applies to a special child in your life. What is it that would be perfect to stick in right there? Now you'll notice you might be going, oh, what did she do with this blue piece of fabric here? This is actually a piece of our felt. And I wanted to cover, because this is the front of the design, the back of it, the back of the stitching would be right here normally. And I didn't want to see that. So I just actually took some hot glue and hot glued that piece of felt down in there. And now it covers those stitches. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about that being seen. All right. So there, I've just got to show you how cute these are. Ah, love them, love them, love them. Shout out to Jasmine for creating those. But even a Kimberbell sticker, where did it go? Right here. Ah, so fun, so much fun. Creativity takes courage. You can. There's all sorts of really special sentiments on those sticker sheets. That comes inside that Bella box. All right. So let's talk about this, shall we? This, I'm going to go ahead and go to the overhead camera here because I want you to see how excited I got about this particular section. Okay. So, first of all, crayons fit perfectly in there. 2 crayons at a time. This is with our normal design that came in this box. We actually placed USBs in there, but I thought, okay, what else could I put in there for a child that is on a road trip? So we stuck some crayons in there. You could put markers and whatever. Now in the embellishment box that came in the Live Creatively box, there was also 2 marking pins, 2 gel pins. They're gorgeous. There's a gold one and a blue one. It came in this box. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to take those and I am going to place them in these little elastic areas. Okay, so there's my blue pin, but look what happened. This is so cool, you guys. This was not even planned. It was serendipitous, but check this out. What? Look, it's the gold pin and it looks like the trunk of the palm tree. Are you kidding me? That just, wow. When I saw that, I kind of squealed with delight. It looks like the trunk of the palm tree. Then you take it out and then you actually have the trunk of the palm tree. But I don't know. Am I the only one that gets excited about those little serendipitous moments? I don't know. So there is that. And then I thought, ooh, what else could fit in there? So my friends, let's go ahead and go to the overhead camera. We're going to play a little game, shall we? Of will it fit? Yes. Hooray. Hooray. Will it fit? Will it fit? Let's see. So I went to the store and went, ooh, that could fit. That could fit. Maybe that could fit. We're going to try it out live. All right. Now, I went to the store to find some little Polly Pockets, you know, the little Polly Pockets, because I thought, oh my gosh, those would be so cute. The store was all sold out of Polly Pockets, but I found these other little cute things that are about the size of a Polly Pocket. So I'm going to break it open and we're going to play, will it fit? Will it fit? Okay, hold on, hold on. Just, you know, bear with Kim's craziness for a minute. How cute is that little girl? Okay, will it fit? Will it fit? Let's try it. It fits. Will it fit? It sure does. Okay. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. She is adorable. But then I was showing my friend Becky this morning this. And I said, I really wanted to get a little Polly Pocket. And she goes, oh, I've got plenty of those at home. She ran home. Thank you, Becky. And she got me a little Polly Pocket. And will she fit? Let's see. Yes, she absolutely fits right there. All right. All tucked in. Nowhere else to go. Okay. So we got, will it fit? Will it fit? It works. The little dolls, the tiny dolls. There was another one that was so cute. Where did I put her? I just had so much fun. Let's go ahead and go this one. Okay. My cute little Blake out there, guess what else you're getting? You're getting this one because she was so stinking cute. So now that I know her friend fits, you're getting this one too. Well, I'll let you open that one up. Okay, so that's going to fit. We know. Another episode of Will It Fit? Will it fit? I'm crazy. I know. Okay, the next thing I thought, how about the little Matchbox cars? Okay, or Hot Wheels, whatever you want to call them. The little cars. I thought, oh, could it fit? Maybe. Let's try it. All right. I'm breaking it out, folks. I'm going to take her out. We'll take her out. All right. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be tight. I don't know. Ooh, it's elastic. It's not going to fit. Nope. But you know what? When I was at the store, I should have known. I should have trusted my instincts at the store. I thought maybe a Hot Wheels would fit. And then I saw like even a smaller Hot Wheels, and I should have bought the mini small ones. So if you try to fit a Matchbox, it's not going to fit. Or you could take the same idea of this, right? Let's look at that. Take this same idea and sew elastic across there, and then measure your Matchbox cars, and then sew down your little vertical lines to make sure it will fit, and then it will fit, right? Okay, so Hot Wheels is a no-go, but don't give up, because you can make your own little elastic parking garages, right? So to speak, parking garages for these cute little cars. Or you can get the ones that are even smaller, and I'm certain that would fit. Okay, next up, are you ready? Another little rendition of Will It Fit? Will it fit? Let's try this. Okay, this one, let's see, Camille told me, my friend Camille said, oh, you should try the little Lego action figures. Let's check this out. All right. Oh my goodness, because that would be cute. Oh my gosh, this means I have to put it together. Oh, forget about it. Okay. Kim ain't got time to put these little Legos together. Hey, let's see. Andrew, you're on it. I'm going to give these to Andrew, and he'll see if it fits. But hey, what you could do is take these and put them in the little zipper pocket, right? And then they can play with those in the car. So there we go. Andrew, do your thing. Do you need directions? Here.
Best day ever.
Andrew says, best day ever. Okay. We're going to see if the little action figure theme fits. Anyway, okay. Thanks for bearing with me on that. I just thought that would be super fun to see if it fit. But as you can see, crayons fit, little Polly Pockets fit, and I can only imagine what you guys can come up with. Sheila says, assembly required. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's all sorts of fun things. Lynn says, can that car fit inside the pocket? Yes. So instead of putting it in the little elastic, it absolutely would fit. Yes, it does, in the pocket that you make on the embroidery machine. Okay, so that is that part of it. Now, let's get to another fun part, shall we? It's the middle section. Let's go ahead. Andrew, let's take a look at this. Now, with your portfolio blank, of course, with the box itself, you're going to get this too. But if you're thinking, oh, well, I've got 5 grandkids I need to do this for, the portfolio blank itself, which is made with a really nice, thick, sturdy felt, actually will come with this board, this whiteboard as well. So you've got a hard surface. And then you've got this pocket. So then I got to thinking, what could I do with that? Let's go ahead and go to the front. So Are you ready for cuteness overload? I'm telling you, I had so much fun thinking about what to do with this. And I know you will too. So I looked at Vintage Boardwalk because remember, I took all these designs from Vintage Boardwalk. And I looked around and I thought, okay, which designs would be small enough to make a tic-tac-toe board? All right. In this box comes, and within this little case too, comes 2 rolls of washi tape. Okay, little washi tape. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to make a repositional tic-tac-toe board with this washi tape. Meaning, if it, it gets old, you can just peel it right off again. All right. So I'm going to do that. Here, let's use, you got a couple different rolls of washi tape in that embellishment kit. Oh, heavens. Now, I can't find the beginning. We'll go to my other one. Now I won't be able to find the beginning of that either. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, I'm making a tic-tac-toe board. Okay. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh. Okay, certainly you could do this with like a dry erase marker, but then you might get dry erase marker all over your kid's hands, right? So a little washi tape goes a long way. There we go. Tic-tac-toe board. Boom. Then I took 2 of the designs that were on the Vintage Boardwalk, and I found that one of these beach balls actually came from, let's go ahead and go to the front. The beach ball, I had to look carefully, but when I was looking at all the designs that came on Vintage Boardwalk, the beach ball was in the back of the bicycle basket. Do you remember that? Do you remember the nice little, bike that's riding along, and there's a beach ball in the back of it? So I went, that's it. That's going to be my O. So I stitched out a bunch of these beach balls to be my O's. Okay, in fun colors. And that could be, there we go, boom, all in a row. Ta-da! I can move it around, you name it. Okay, so you could do the beach balls. This is just an idea. I'm sure you've got more, okay? But then you got to have your X's. Oh, here's another one I did. And I'll tell you how I did all these here in just a minute, okay? But then I needed something small enough to be my X, my X. There, I'm doing my quotation marks here. So I saw the crab, and remember the crab that's hanging off of the quilt itself, and it's done in red leather? I noticed that stitch was just a regular straight stitch outline around the leather crab. Okay, so meaning it didn't have any applique to it. It wasn't a fill design. It was just a regular like little stitch that outlined the crab on the red leather. Okay, so I am going to shout this from the rooftops right now that I never, ever, ever suggest shrinking a design down by more than 20%. Because the digitizers have digitized things for a reason, for density issues and the whole bit. But I did try a little bit more than 20%. I actually tried 50%. And when I told Jeanette this morning that I did that, she was like, Kim, don't have people shrink things down 50%. I said, I know, but this was a straight stitch. So she forgave me, okay? This was a straight stitch. And I did it on red felt. Let's go ahead and take a closer look of that little crab. How cute is he? Am I right? Oh my gosh, I had to. You guys, I had to. So I shrunk him down, but I would not suggest shrinking something down by 50% ever, except he had just a straight line. So I felt okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the overhead, and he becomes my X's. All right, so you've got the crabs and you've got the beach balls. There we go. So anyway, that could be fun. And what do you do with these guys? Well, you place them, of course, in the pocket. Okay, the zippered pocket. And you get the design file for this in the Bella box. Okay. So all my little game pieces go in there. Now, if you didn't want to, you know, do little game pieces like this, you could certainly like do candy, you know, place candy and then put candy pieces in the tic-tac-toe board. All right. And zip that baby. Oh, one more. You could also put your little like doll clothes in there or more of the little cars or whatever. And then it folds up and your portfolio closes. And then you put your band around it and you're good. Okay. But wait, there's more. All right. Here's my little Polly. Got to tuck her in. All right. Let's tuck her friend in too. We know the car doesn't work. I don't know where her little friend. Andrew. Okay. Oh. Whoa.
Ow, whoa.
Okay. Andrew, go ahead and go to that front camera. Clever guy, Andrew, camera guy. Clever. You're the clever camera guy, Andrew. Like, can you tell he's been doing Legos his whole life? If you had me do this thing, we'd be here all day. Anyway, this is a little Lego guy. Will he fit? Well, I know he won't fit with his base on. So let's go ahead and pop that baby off. All right. Let's overhead camera. She's got a friend. I don't even know. Who is that, Andrew?
That's Gamora.
Gamora. Okay. That tells you how much I do not know about Marvel heroes. Okay. Will he fit? Is it a he or she?
It's a she.
A she. Okay. Come on. That's what I told you. I don't know. Okay. It fits. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. She even has a sword. Are you kidding me? Look at that. All right. So there you go. It fits. A little Lego figurine. You could put the little Lego pieces in there and then they work on it in the car. All right. And then maybe they draw a road on here and stuff. I don't know. You have fun with it. All right. So she fits. The little Lego figure fits. All right. Let's see what's next, shall we? So this is the notebook that comes in the original Bella box. And this says, make it happen. It is a grid. I love this. The little, what do they call it? There's a name for it. It's not graph. It's a dot. I don't know. Anyway, it's not graph paper, but there's lots of little dots. I know someone's going to tell me what it is. Anyway, not a matrix, but this would be perfect for coloring on, journaling, you name it, right? This does not come in the extra kit. So you would but it's your typical notebook size. It would be really easy to do that. Okay. But here's another thing. If you didn't want to have the dot paper, Kim says, yeah, dot paper, bullet. That's what it is. Brielle put it in there. Bullet journaling. Yes, a bullet journal. It's grids, right, of dots. You could play all sorts of dot games too with that. But this does not come in it comes in the original Bella box, but all of the extra add-ons, just the board and the portfolio itself comes, okay? Just want to make sure you know that. So, but I put it in there so that Blake can do all sorts of coloring, drawing, journaling, you name it, on her little road trip. But I was also thinking this is a perfect pocket for just throwing a book in there, right? So adding a little paperback book, then it's all included in there. And then I got to thinking, but the bookmarks that come in the Bella box, the original Live Creatively Bella box, how cute would those be if you made like another little pocket right here and put the little bookmarks inside, right? Oh my goodness. Is your creativity flowing too right now? Yeah. So place those in there. Then they've got their paperback book behind it and they are good to go. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the next part. I'm going to flip that up. I'm going to turn it. This design comes from one of the bonus projects from Vintage Boardwalk. And what I thought was so cute about this is that I could take tickets, right? And place them. Oh, it doesn't fit. Let's fold them in half, shall we? There we go. Yeah, this was the 6x10 design, by the way. There's two sizes. There's an 8x12 and a 6x10. So you could place tickets in there. And then I thought, okay, how could you make this really cool for a road trip? So this is what I did. Let's go ahead and go to the front. I was thinking, okay, there are how many times, okay, I don't have little kids anymore, but it doesn't take much for me to remember the famous words, are we there yet? Right? And you're like, yes, we'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. Whatever. What if you took the amount of time, like the amount of minutes it would take to get to your destination? Like I said, even if it's a grocery store down the street, and you divide those minutes by 7, because there's 7 pockets here. And then maybe an alarm goes off with every, if it's 7 hours to get there, then it's every hour an alarm goes off. That child, if they were good during that road trip, would earn a ticket that they could place inside the pocket. All right, let me place that in there. Oh, so cute. All right. And then by the time they get to their destination, if all their pockets are filled, they can get a treat. They can stop at the gas station on the road, right? And get themselves a treat. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. But I'm sure you guys can also imagine what other kinds of things you could earn. What kinds of, you could earn tickets, but what could be placed in the pockets? So maybe it's the amount of time. Like I said, how long does it take to get to your destination? And each, divide that up by 7, and then they earn tickets. Or maybe it's that they're being really good in the car, and they can earn tickets. Maybe they have to give one away if they're not being so good, right? But I bet they're going to be, especially Blake, I bet she's going to be really good on that road trip, okay? Maybe it's like, hey, every time we pass a certain state or city or town or whatever, maybe they get a new ticket for that pocket. Just some ideas there. So I stitched that on there. There's so many ideas. I'm sure you can think of them too. And then, like I said, the back of it, I just used the design that's free on Kimberbell that says it's cool to be kind. And I used our Applique glitter sheets to do the pink and the black in there. All right, can we get a close-up of that, Andrew? Whoop, whoop. There we go. Oh, isn't that fun? I love how that sparkled and the glitter just shows it off so cute. Okay, so there is that. There are so many ideas, I'm sure you can imagine, and I want to hear them. There's lots of things you can do. A friend of mine, Deborah, on Bellas and Fellas, she posted some art portfolios, I think, last week. Great ideas, fun stuff. This is more of a travel portfolio with games and art and little, pieces like the cars or the Polly Pockets or whatever it may be. Someone mentioned you could use this as a wedding planner to jot down notes, and you could put, she says, in the zipper pouch. I'm going to bring this up, Indy, because that's a great idea. She says to jot notes in, and the zipper pouch would be for business cards. She said then use the champagne bottles from the blank velvet. Oh my gosh, to put on the portfolio. I love that idea, Indy. Yeah, so if you got the last Bella box, the design she's talking about with the champagne glasses. That would be really fun. Jeanette, she says, let me pull that up here. That's a great idea. She says, put a dime in each pocket. I love that. Very, very fun. All right. Debbie says, OMG, I thought I was caught up with Christmas sewing projects, and now I need to make that for my granddaughter too. Debbie, let me just warn you that it's kind of addicting because, like I said, when I first started, I was like, oh, this would be cute and we'll be fine. And then I just got going and went, oh, No, there's got to be more. We got to have more. It's just all too much fun. All right. Elaine says, let's see. Oh, Elaine, a button glued on a paper clip would fit in there. You know what, Elaine? I love that idea. And one other thing that just made me pop in my head is what if, let me pull that up. Okay, I love the button idea, but what if you actually took a picture of your child and put their face on the paper clip? And then they're riding around on the Ferris wheel? Oh my gosh, so fun. Maybe it's all of the family members that they're going to visit. And as they get to each further part of their destination, a different member like grandma, grandpa, uncle, whoever, cousin, maybe their face is on a paper clip and then it gets added to the Ferris wheel. Elaine, thank you for sharing that idea. That got me thinking. All right. So many great ideas, right? So many fun ideas. Cindy, I love it. She says, count cows. Every 25 cows gets you a ticket. Bravo, Cindy. Love it. All right. Okay. So now here's the lunch hour sew along. Really, I will say that this week is more about like sharing ideas of how I change something to something from the Live Creatively Bella box to something very giftable for Christmas. But I also want to give you some tips at the machine too. All right. Sheila says an I Spy game. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah. There was another idea that someone mentioned. Was it? I'm trying to remember who it was this morning. And she said, oh my gosh. She said, do a bingo board. Like, so you could print out a bingo board and every time they pass by a McDonald's, a cow, you name it, a red car, then maybe that bingo board is on there as well. Okay. So I thought that was a really fun idea. Love it. Okay. Let's talk about how some of these things were done. First of all, I will mention that if you want to do things like the beach ball, for example, what I did is I actually have software. So what I'm going to show you today, the easiest way to do these kinds of things is if you have some editing software. It doesn't have to be expensive software, just a basic, simple software program that you can like eliminate things from. Right? So I took out the bike, I took out the basket, I took everything out and only left the beach ball. Okay. And so then what I did with the beach ball is I actually hooped, and with the crabs too. What I did is I hooped some heavy cutaway stabilizer. Okay. And I placed several on my machine. So I did, I think, 4 of these beach balls at the same time. And then I did 4 of the crabs at the same time. And I took a piece of felt and I just laid it on top of the hoop. Okay. And then I stitched my design out. And the last step of this particular beach ball actually is, let's go ahead and get a close-up of this. Okay. Right here. Okay. So what happens with this particular beach ball is that it will stitch all of the, well, in this case, it was all the orange first, and then it stitches all the purple. And then the third step is that it has an outline stitch that goes around the whole ball. So I use that to my advantage where I then, I placed, let's go ahead and go to this one. I hooped the heavyweight stabilizer, cutaway stabilizer. Okay. I just laid a piece of felt the same size as my hoop on top of it. Okay. Then I stitched out that first color of the ball. Let's go ahead and get an up close of this one. Okay, I stitched out the first color of the ball, then the second color of the ball, and then remember the last color stop is it goes around the ball. So at that point, what I did is I took this off the hoop, off the machine, I turned my hoop over, laid another piece of felt on the back and taped it in place. And then I finished off with the third step, which gave me the outline of the ball. So in essence, what that did is that gave me, it stuck the 2 layers of felt together. Now, if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have a design that would do that very easily, that worked out with this beach ball. So that, see on the back of it, you just see the orange outline stitches right there. But if you don't have a design that would do that, you could certainly just do 1 layer of felt on top of a heavyweight cutaway stabilizer. I just wanted to have felt on the back too. Or you could stitch out the whole design on felt and then cut it out and then just hot glue a piece of felt on the back too. All right. So don't worry if you don't have one of those, you know, if your particular design wouldn't work with such an example like that, you could just stitch out your design on felt, cut it out, and then glue a piece of felt on the back. That would also work too. All right. So that's what I did with those. Same with the little felt red crabs. What I did was I stitched out the top of the design on red felt. And then when it was time for the design to be done, I actually redid that very first step, which was the outline. I redid that to put the back on. But again, what you could do instead is just stitch this out on the felt, cut it out, and then glue the felt, another piece of felt, layer of felt on the back. You could certainly do it that way too. Okay, now let's talk about how to place these designs on here. I don't think I have a blank up here, do I? Of the actual, what the blank looks like. Brielle, if you can hear me, if you have one with you, if you'll bring it up. If not, no big deal. I'll just show it anyway on something like this. But this is the original design, remember? Okay, and what happens is that this actually, like this pocket, actually folds out even further, okay, so that you have a blank space for this to stitch onto. All right, and then once it's stitched, it will go back. But you might be sitting here thinking, well, how did she get, let's see, how did she get like this design on there and placed perfectly? Let me show you. So let's pretend like this was flat, okay, that you're not seeing any of this pocket piece. All right. What you would do, well, let's actually do it on the back of this. Okay, pretend like this whole thing was flat. There was not a back piece to it. The whole thing is flat. What you'll want to do in your software is actually print the design out. And what software will do is it will actually print out the little crosshairs. All right. So this printed out the crosshairs. Do you see that? Can you see that very well, Andrew? I don't know. Let's try this way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's better. So do you see how my software, again, this was like the cheapest of softwares. It was very inexpensive to be able to just do some simple editing. And what you can do is you print out your design and it will stitch, or it will print out a crosshair. All right. So then I just cut out my design around it. Okay. All right. I just cut around the design. So for example, like this palm tree, let's get a close up of this. Okay. Again, the crosshairs print out when you print these from software. And so I just took that piece of paper and kind of just did a rough cut around it so that I would know approximately where I would place this. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the overhead. Again, pretend like this whole thing is just one layer of flat felt. I would then just place this wherever I wanted it to be. And it would be, I wanted it to go off the edge because this design itself already is done so that it goes off the edge. It's okay. because of the way the original design is made in Vintage Boardwalk. It goes off the edge. So I just cut it just like the design printed out, and I laid that right up against that edge. Okay, I'm gonna lay this flat. There we go, that's better. Okay, so once I did that, then I'm just going to tape it in place. Oh, look at that. I just happen to have the Cambervell paper tape dispenser that comes in this box, right? And I'm just going to tape it in a couple places because that's where I want that design to land, right? So with that same idea in mind, this is exactly how I did. Go back here. Let's go back to this one. I wanted a palm tree to fit just right there. So I printed it out on paper, and I placed it right there. I could see that it would fit, right? And then tape it in place. All right. If you've never done this before, a whole world is going to open up to you of fun possibilities. Okay. So when you get the Bella box, we've actually figured out all the math for you on the designs that came with the Bella box. But this is if you would, just have any kind of design that you wanted to put on there and wanted to know where it would land, unless you had a machine that has a camera feature. That's a totally different story. But I'm talking about, designs that you just want to print out and place on there so that placement, that this works for that. Okay, so now what you want to do is you are going to hoop our sticky back wash away stabilizer is what we used. Okay, so with a wash away stabilizer, you have a like a plastic paper coating side that you need that you hoop with that side facing up. And then I'm just going to score it very gently. I don't want to cut through the stabilizer. I just want to cut through the top piece of paper, right? Because once you've done that, you will just peel away that paper. And usually it comes off in bigger pieces. Let's try this again. I didn't score that enough. Okay, so it just, it comes off. There we go. And it reveals the sticky side, right? Okay. I love sticky back stabilizer because I don't have to hoop my project. I lay it right on top. And now I've got a sticky surface for my project to hold on to. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is go over to my machine and stitch out a centering crosshairs file. Now, we use centering crosshairs for a lot of projects. So you'll see our centering crosshairs file on a lot of Kimberbell designs. But if you don't have one, you can download one for free at kimberbell.com. We make sure that you can get that crosshairs file for anything. Okay. Okay, so now what has happened is you have your crosshairs file and you need to, place your design on top of it so that the center of your crosshairs on your printout matches with the center crosshairs here. And how do you do that? Well, you take a very specialized tool, also called a thumbtack. I'm just kidding. But you really do take a thumbtack though. It's a flat head thumbtack, okay? And you're going to turn your hoop to the back and you're going to place that thumbtack right smack in the middle there. Okay, this is the back of my hoop. I just stuck that right. There we go. I just find this where those 2 points meet, right in the center. Turn it over. So now my thumbtack is, the tip of my thumbtack is sticking up like that. It's nice and pointy. Then I would take this over here, and I would match, I would try to find as best I can here. Now I'm going through 2 layers here. There we go. So I then find the centering crosshairs on my paper and I place it. Now I can just stick this on there. And now that that is centered, I can lift this off, right? Pretend this is not there. This is because I didn't have a blank. Oh, you know what I should have done? Well, I'll do it for the next one. Okay, so then I can take this to my machine, pull up that exact file and stitch it out. Okay, so let me show you another example that will be even easier to see. What if this is the background quilting design that came in the original one, okay? And what if I want to put, I'm going to put Blake's road trip on there, and I want it to go like this, okay? So I just place it wherever I want it to go, okay? I'm going to put it right in the middle here. All right. I stitched out my crosshairs onto our Kimberbell sticky back stabilizer, wash away stabilizer. And I'm turning this over to find the center, place my thumbtack in there, flathead thumbtack. Okay, now I've got that tip sticking up. I can now place this over it and carefully find where that center is. Okay. There we go. Found it. Now, because it's a sticky back, I can just press the rest of this on there. Okay. Remove my thumbtack. Don't forget to do that. All right. And then take it to the machine and stitch it. You can remove that. There you go. Okay. You may want to keep this actually on until you take it to your machine. Drop your needle down so that you know it's in the exact center spot. And then before you start stitching, then just remove it. Okay. All right. Vicki asked, for the Ferris wheel, you would need a bigger hoop, correct? Yes, you would need a 6x10 for the Ferris wheel. Yep. So the Ferris wheel in the original design set from Vintage Boardwalk, that actually came in 2 sizes. It was a 6x10 and an 8x12. And so the one that fits this portfolio, I used the 6x10 design. Okay. Now, the other thing I will mention, if you are using designs from Vintage Boardwalk, for example, let me think. Okay, for example, this one right here, the VW van here. In the original file, our digitizers put in an extra step, maybe a step or 2. I think it's just 1 extra step, where it actually drops your design down to the bottom of your hoop so that it can land on the floor of your stitch out. Okay. If you use, what I'm trying to say is, if you use any kind of design where there's an extra step in there to drop your design down to like the bottom of something, you'll want to make sure and delete that step, because you want it centered, and that extra step it kind of changes the center of your design in your hoop, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you just want to delete any extra steps is what I'm saying. But if it's the applique design itself, just eliminate everything else but the applique design you're going to use, then print it out, okay, so that your crosshairs definitely land in the center of where they should be, and then you can stitch out your design. Okay, so for example, like this bus had an extra step in there that automatically dropped your design down. But I don't want that to happen on this, right? I just want the applique itself. So just make sure that if you're using a design that has any extra steps to it besides the design itself, just eliminate them and then print out your design. All right, so you know exactly where the crosshairs are. CJ, where on your site is the download for crosshairs? That is a really good question, and I'm not sure where it is, but we will find it and put a link Brielle, if you could find that for CJ and anyone else wanting to know, we will certainly link that for you. All right. Judy says, how do you delete extra steps? Judy, you would do that in your software, okay? And every software is going to be a little different, so it's hard to say. With the software that I was using, I just had to click on the steps and hit delete, but every software is going to be different. So find out from your particular software. Okay. And how can you tell if there are extra steps? You just look at the design, and you know, if you see an extra line somewhere, like it'll be just like a little extra line that's there, that isn't anything that is not part of the applique itself. You'll see it on when you pull it up in software. Just click on it, delete. At least that's what I can do in mine. Just delete it and by hitting delete, and that should work for you. Okay. All right. Patricia says, or you could skip this step on your machine. Yes, if you're not using printouts for this. Okay. If it's on your machine already, then yeah, it's hard to explain that. If it's already on your machine, yes, you can skip the step for sure, but it also changes where your centering point is. Okay, so if you are using printouts like this to actually place something, you'll want to do that. You'll want to delete any extra steps before you go to the machine. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Oh, the thumbtack idea. Yeah. If you don't have software, Judy, you know, these things, you can still take any kind of design and just kind of eyeball it. You could look at what the finished size of that design is. We'll always list what the finished design is or the embroidery field is, and you can get a pretty good idea of, you know, where it would fit. So for example, if I wanted to do a heart, for example, and I looked at the design of the heart and I saw that it was an embroidery field of 4x4 or 4.17 by 2.34, whatever the embroidery field is, right? I could take you know, I might want to cut out a little piece of paper that's that embroidery field, and I could place that on my portfolio and get a pretty good general idea of where that design is going to land. So if you don't have software, you certainly could do it that way, Judy. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Diana was answering somebody. Maybe Diana, someone was asking about how many Bella boxes there have been. And Diana answered that she thinks this is the 5th Bella box. Check me on that, ladies. Diana, I think you are correct on that. Yeah, Cindy says I have 5 boxes on my work table. Yeah. Me too. Me too. I haven't gotten to all of them, Cindy, but you know, there's always tomorrow. There's always more time. And like I said, once these boxes are sold out, they're sold out. And so if you're interested in getting any of the designs, they're exclusive to the box themselves. And you'll want to get in on it. The only box that still is available is the Live Creatively box, which has the original designs for the portfolio, which are so cute in and of itself. Oh my goodness, I love this. And this could be, you know, not only for your own creative endeavors, but all kinds of things, even for that wedding that someone talked about, I think Indy talked about earlier. That's, you know, you could do something with that. Maybe you're building a home, or maybe you're planning a vacation, or whatever it may be. All those kinds of things can be included in your portfolio. But think about all the children in your life and how fun it would be to create something that's, you know, especially fun for them to have. Okay. These designs, like I said, came from Vintage Boardwalk, but boy, you could come up with all kinds of fun designs, I'm sure, to make this personalized for the sweet child in your life. All right. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions I can answer. All right, working on some projects. Cindy, you're working on some projects from past Bella boxes today. Awesome. Go, 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 Cindy, go. You can do it. Yeah, there's so many fun things in here, and I just showed you one of the projects today, which is how to reimagine this one into something like this. But join me Wednesday at noon for another lunch hour so long, where I'll try something different from another part of this Live Creatively Bella box, and then Friday as well. Again, we're just going to go through some ideas and some tips and tricks and share inspiration for sure. All right. Deborah says, I'm gifting the portfolio to my granddaughter for Christmas. I'm so glad to hear that, Deborah. Deborah, is it the original Dream Plan and Do? I'd love to hear which one you're gifting her. And I mentioned this earlier, but look at that pretty design. This is an exclusive quilting design that we included in the Live Creatively box. And we gave you a clear blue tile to try out to make that. And isn't that fun? That's all part of the Live Creatively box. All right. Okay, let's see. Heidi says, I'm making the pockets for my son's department. Awesome. So glad to hear. Is that the heartfelt gift pockets, Heidi? Or are you talking about the portfolio? Either one. I think it'll be so, so cute. All right, Rita says, looks like it's going to be fun. Looks like it's fun. Thank you, Rita. It absolutely is. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with a project like this. Don't forget, the portfolios are also limited in number. I don't know how many we have left, but we have some left. And so if you are interested in a blank portfolio that you can use for just about, you can use for anything. Check it out at kimberbell.com, because those are available again for a limited time until they're sold out. And then beyond that, think about all the fun stuff you can make with it. All right. Now, to do the zipper pocket, the design files to do that pocket are also included in the Live Creatively box. So you do need the Live Creatively box to get all the extra, all the design files and all the other things that we're going to be talking about this week. But you can buy extra portfolios for doing just about anything. In fact, I even took the ribbon. You guys, there was ribbon in this box too that was so pretty. It was in this embellishment box. And there's some buttons, there's some beads. And I just hot glued that, you guys. I didn't even take it to a sewing machine. I just hot glued the ribbon across there because I thought it was so stinking cute. I could even take some of the buttons. Now that I'm thinking about it, look how cute those are. There's some little gingham buttons, yellows, blues, oranges. They're all in this fun little case, and you could put those across there too. That would be cute. So many fun ideas. All right. Well, I think that is all for today, everyone. Unless anyone has questions, I will try to go back and answer any other questions that I didn't get to live. Cindy, you're so cute. Let's see. She says, can't wait to see what other genius ideas will be in the next box. Oh, you better believe it, Cindy. There's some fun ones coming out. Hello, my name is Cindy. I am a Kimberbell addict. Cindy, I love you. And if anyone else can relate to that, let us know. I think we're all we all love, we're all Kimberbellas and fellas, right? And I love that. I absolutely love that. All right. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Wednesday at 2 different times, actually, on Wednesday. Join me Wednesday. I think that's December 8th at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time at the Kimberbell Facebook page. I join you every Wednesday from my sewing room, live from my sewing room, to tell you what's new. And I can't wait to share with you something very, very new from Kimberbell on Wednesday. Wednesday. Haven't talked about it yet, so I'm going to talk about it on Wednesday. Join me at 10 a.m. And then again at noon for the next lunch hour sew along, where I will share another project from the Live Creatively box and how I turned it into something very giftable. So join me on Wednesday. All right, have a great day and take care, and we'll see you then. Bye.